Okay, so the biggest thing is I always start this by hand. It should be able to thread in. So you're gonna push it all the way up on there and you're gonna look at, and I use the hose itself to spin and I'm pushing on it at the same time. So I'm using like, yeah, I'm just pushing against the hose this way and I'm using the hose itself to spin. That way it stays seated in there. Otherwise it'll push the hose out if you just try spinning that. So I go as far as you can by hand. Sometimes you can go all the way depending on how good of a job you did. So see, this one's already going all the way. So, and we're done basically. That's how easy they can be if you do it. It's all about prep and all about that first initial cut. So, like I said, you can put some tape on it if you want to. I don't really care that much. You don't need to tighten them up too much, but you know, just tighten them up and make sure it snugs against that. I usually try to line up the edge of the bolts so they kind of match. So that edge matches up with that edge. That one's done. Okay, this is a completed fitting. I mean, you see my vise messed it up a little bit. I mean, I don't really care about that too much, but some people might. And it's done. And this is all the way seated in here, otherwise you will get leaks. And you see it straight. A lot of times these will be at an angle and stuff, and you'll just have problems. So, I mean, this is a completed hose. That's a good one. Let's go to the next one. This one's the easy one, so really it's redundant at this point, but I'll just go ahead and finish it off just to show you guys how easy they can be if you take the, you know, you got a skilled hand and you take the necessary steps before. Again, I'm putting a lot of lubricant in there. The more lubricant you put in, not too much of course, but the easier your life's going to be. Otherwise you're going to have, like, this thing is not going to want to slide in there. You're going to have problems basically. So make sure that's all the way on there. That's really good on those threads too, because those threads will strip out if you have to try to start forcing this thing, because this thing is aluminum, remember, and these fittings can be expensive. Okay, make sure I get it all the way edge. Tighten that up a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and start threading. Again, same thing, I'm pushing and I'm screwing at the same time. Sounded kind of weird, but yeah, so basically it's going in, and you can see I got this one bottomed all the way out too. That's what that lubricant does. Otherwise you will never be able to get that thing in there. And then just want to tighten that up, give it a nice little snug. It doesn't have to be crazy now, because you will strip it if you try to force this thing. Never want to try to force it. That's another one done. And you can clean up that lubricant off. You know, it's just on there. And then you want to clean out the inside also if you need to. Sometimes I don't. But make sure you get those rubber shavings out, because that will hurt your fuel system or whatever the situation is. You don't want to be clogging up filters. You don't want to be clogging up fuel injectors. But that's how you make AN lines. Pretty simple. I think a lot of videos on YouTube don't have very good like instructions. They just kind of do it. Hopefully this one helps you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you.